Hello everyone, I-80386SX. We have a Compaq Armada 1130T on the bench today. I'll admit that I'm making this video a bit ahead of schedule. This was one of those back burner projects I was going to get to when I had time, but I had a request to build a CF card on it, or for it rather, and the person that wants to buy it wants to see how it's going to fit in his Armada 1100 series. So we're going to turn this into a couple different things. So this will be a standard overview video. We'll see what this one does, if anything. We'll take a quick tour of it as we normally do. So if you're familiar with the Compaq line, particularly the Compaq Contura 400 series, it's going to look very similar to that. In fact, you can share a lot of the same parts with it. So looks familiar if you're a Contura 400 series owner. And the ports look very similar on the back, although this one you cannot hook to a docking station of any kind. The Contura had a proprietary port here, but this one does not have such things. Let's see if I can go find one for comparison purposes when I get that far. We got something wrong with the serial port on this one. That's special. Might be fixable. And the floppy drive on the left. If you look at the bottom, you'll notice, if you're familiar with the Contura 400 series, is the hard drive was accessible where my hand was. Not so much the case with this one. And your memory modules are pretty much the same as the Contura 400. Are you going to make a liar out of me? I'm going to do this one-handed. That's probably a real foolish endeavor. But yeah, that's your memory module. Slightly different. Looks like a standard EDO memory. Let's see if there's any hints. Trying to do this one-handed is less than ideal. Let's see if there's any writing of any value on here. It doesn't really say much, but it does look like a standard EDO memory module. So we'll see what that does with that. Not like that. Memory install, take two. And the door does go on only one way. I don't know if this unit has a battery or not, but we're going to find out together. It does. I'm surprised Customs didn't whine about this one. This is a UK laptop. At least this one I believe is. So yes, it is the same exact battery as one would use in a Contura 400 series. I know I'm making a lot of comparisons to that system, but that's just the way we do things here. Although the part number is a little bit different on this one, so maybe it's a slightly different unit. Maybe it's a 2832B. Although it does look physically the same as a Contura 400 battery. And this unit is made by Duracell. It's a nickel metal hydride. I'll just set that off to the side for now. Before I continue on anything else, let me go find a 400 series. And let's compare some notes on it. I'll do some key differences here. There's really two. Alright, so notice that alright, we'll just flip it. We'll do the best we can with the materials we have. So, very similar layout at the bottom, except for this cover grants you access to the hard drive. Memory cover's the same. The battery cover's the same. You're still taking out the same number of screws. They both have 1 of 7, as does the 400 series. But there's one notable difference here. And I talked about a port earlier that's between the serial and parallel ports. This one right here. I'm guessing that's for a docking station, but the Armada does not have that. So what do we really have here with the Armada 1130T? It's like, okay, this is just basically a dumbed down version of the Contour 400. Well, not exactly. This is the Pentium era. So this will have a Pentium 1 in it, as you can see here. But yeah, this is a UK one. But yeah, otherwise the layout is very similar to your 400. You have your status LED, which is pretty much the same across the board. The trackball setup's pretty much the same across the board. Although I'm going to assume an entirely different display from any Contour 400 series. So, all right, so we blabbed on enough about that. Let's see what this machine can do, if anything. There is something a little bit different. The AC adapter is a little bit different. I think it came with this one, this 2882, and there's no ground on it. Some of these have 3-prong. This one for this Armada was a 2. Let's plug it in. Let's see if it does anything. No, it does things. It does clicky things. Oh, that's... I don't like all those zeros. It's clicking, it's got zeros, it's doing horrible things. It's got a line on the screen. It's a wonderful life here. And the hard drive's clicking away, and I think that's pretty much a goner. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like a clock. And we got a disk controller failure. We got a memory size error. We got all sorts of horrible errors here going on. So let's do some surgery. All right, so first of all, let's take that memory out of there. Yeah, hopefully I didn't mangle this taking this out, but that's very much a real possibility, and then I'm going to be mad at myself for a while. And it looks like this could probably benefit from some deoxit spray. We're going to use automotive grade because we pour here. Yeah, there's dirt and schmutz on it, so. Let that dry for a minute. And we'll do the same with the memory module. But since we know that drive is dead, let's get it out of there. And it's the same drill as the Contour 400. I know again I'm referencing that machine an awful lot, but I do work on them a lot, so I'm going to reference them a lot. And I'm willing to bet that this hard drive in this machine is going to be a Quantum Pro drive or a Quantum Europa. It's going to probably be an 800 meg drive if it's the original. That's my prediction. That is based off of absolutely nothing. I have no idea how fast the 1130T actually is. I didn't even research this machine hardly at all, so really we're kind of going in somewhat blind. And in theory, this should come up. And the theory other than some pieces of plastic hanging out for dear life, in theory, it comes out. So, okay, so a little bit different from the Contura is that the hard drive is accessible from the inside of the machine. And I think I've already lost my bet on this one, but good thing I was betting a whole lot of nothing. But you'll take your caddy out, which looks like it's held on by a screw. Right at the bottom of the screen, if you can tell, there's one screw there. It's a Torx bit. And I'm assuming there's going to be another one, maybe not. Let's see if we can grab that. Grab that screw without losing it. Safe extraction is king. There we go. And we'll address that CMOS battery shortly. What do you think, folks? Okay, I'm already wrong on one account. This is a 1 gig hard drive, according to the sticker. We got more Torx screws. I don't know what this one's gonna be. It's got a black shell. It sure sounds like a Quantum, but I don't think it's a Quantum. Maybe an IBM? Did Maxtor get in the game briefly? Well, we're gonna find out. Not a fan of this caddy personally, but does the drive just slide out? Because that plastic doesn't look like it would come off. Yeah, the plastic's got to be split. That's going to kill me a little bit, but, well, you know. Yeah, I don't think this was ever tore apart. Because there's a seam right here. There's metal right here. And this metal's going to keep it going. So let's see if this, we're just going to have to break the seal here. Or get it from one end. Okay. Yeah, this has never been tore apart before. There's a piece of tape going down the middle, and that is giving me the time of my life here. And then that should just... Oh! It is... Oh! It's a Fujitsu! Okay! I didn't know Fujitsu was in the game that early, but here we are. This is my first Fujitsu that's under a gig. Or about a gig. And that is original to the computer. That is a 1 gig drive. Or 1.08, so... let's do something about that. Oh, it looks like it just slides in. That's rather interesting. Look at it. This is craziness right here. It just... Okay, it's a little slidey thing. Okay. Okay, so I may have ripped the label for nothing, but that's, yeah, it's a little Fujitsu drive. I'll be darned. But we're not going to put we're not going to replace rust with rust. We are going to put in a Compaq. Oh, well, that could be bad news. We are going to put in a Compaq flash card of our choice. And we got a handful laying around. So yeah, we're going to put in a 1 gigabyte CF card, and we're going to use the old standard CF, the IDE. That's the theory anyway. I better attend to that laptop. Hold please, while I tend to a laptop that I probably smashed into bits. Nope, it's a survivor. Fun fact, I had one of those fall down a flight of stairs once, and it didn't break anything. Oh, we're just going to mooch this one right here. This is another concoction that I would rather not talk about, the LTE 286. That, unfortunately, has taken a turn back to its original problem, where it detects drives, but it doesn't actually retain any information. So I think the motherboard is dead, or the ribbon cable is dead. But yes, and then in the process, I bent some pins over, so we got to fix that wagon while we do anything else. Let's see if we can find a really skinny pliers. Get in those nooks and crannies of the 2mm nooks and crannies of this unit, and yeah, that should be no problem. Okay, yeah, so then we're going to put one of these in, and oh snap, what way does it go in? Lucky for us, it is keyed, so we should be able just to shove this right in. And this is the thing I got to take a picture of. I don't know why, but customer wants it. Who am I to say no? Okay, great. And that's the caddy at this point is optional, but we're gonna put it in just because caddies are precious. There might be somebody that, in the off chance that somebody else gets a hold of this thing and legitimately wants to restore it back to its original glory. If there's no caddy, that's going to be that much more of a nightmare to do so. Though I'm not fancying the way this is sitting. Oh, I think we got it. Yeah, I think this should be fine. I'm not in love with the way it's sitting. But hopefully that'll resolve itself. But regardless, oh yeah, what was the other thing? I was gonna go fix the CMOS battery problem. Standard issue, my man. So that is CR1220. So that part has not changed at all. So I'm just gonna run to my other side of my shop here and grab a CR1220. And good thing we are not short of those at all. Totally not short on those at all. Good. Yeah, it's funny. Compaq used to use Armada cells, at least in their flagship products, the LTE Lite, and then they started doing Sony. We're going back to Armada. We're going back to the Swiss made. Oh, I take that back. This one was made in Japan. And people wonder why are you such a stickler where things come from? Well, you know what they say, one of the best things you can have when it comes to somebody that's building something is they know exactly where the components are coming from. So it is a full disclosure, and a full disclosure I will continue to do. Let's see. So we got our replacement drive. We have our battery. Now I'm gonna find where the keyboard went. Unless that was sitting on. Oh, I think that's it. Oh, yep. Okay, that fell. So easy as pie in theory. Everything should just slide over. And I'm going to say that screw is really important, especially with the way the caddy is, just because it does it's kind of a load-bearing screw, so we're going to put all 7 screws back in right away. Against greater wishes. We're going to try it without the expansion memory to see if it gives me that weird error again with the zeros. If it doesn't, then we'll put it back in and we'll see about installing an OS on this thing. I think the screw I'm putting in now is one that keeps the caddy in place. It's one of them, that is. Nah, don't do that. So we'll put number 6 in. I'm sure I could probably speed this up, but that's not the way we do things here, so. All right. We're in its own. It's not angry. That's normal anger. No big deal. Not angry. That's good. Let's try the memory module now. Let's see what that does. Now, where in the wide world did I put it? Right there. Pins look a lot better already, so I'm feeling optimistic. Turns on. Ooh, it does not like this memory module still. I do have another one from a donor unit. Let's try that. So we got a 2-for-1 deal here. We have a 1120 that's that I probably will end up harvesting some parts from. I'll probably still need a screen regardless if we're going to get this thing back to its former glory, but there is another memory module in this machine. In the 1120 that was. And I think we slightly overdid it on the deoxit spray, but, well, at least it's clean. At least it dries really fast. Who knows what environment this was in before I got my hands. let's see what that does now. We have a bad expansion module, then we have a bad expansion module, and that's just the way it's going to be. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got a cold solder problem, too. Okay, bad memory module. Okay, I can handle that. So we got it up to 24 megs of RAM. Not a big deal. But we are going to image this in the laziest way possible as soon as we reboot it, of course. Get the mouse out of the way so we don't accidentally click on something we don't need to. We have technology. We now have a PCM CIA card attached to it. We're going to have a boot floppy in here for Novell NetWare shortly. This will also test the floppy drive, which it is booting to DOS, so that's good. In the meantime, I'm going to get a hold of this person that current does not exist. Okay. Let's just do start. Now, never mind this. I don't believe I actually have a 1100 image on here, but we're gonna find out in about 2 seconds. We do not. Okay, that's something I gotta build. All right, let's try that again. No big deal. But I know I have you. I'm almost certain I have you because I built you. There we go. So this will take about 5 minutes of our lives. And that did suddenly go down in time, which I appreciate. Yeah, so fun fact, I do make enough of these cards where it justified putting in some kind of server to host these images. It is air-gapped, so Novell NetWare long out of support. You don't dare put it on the web. Good news is the network that this is hosted on, that this sits on, currently will never see the light of internet, at least not on that network. But it's actually doing a pretty good job here. Yeah, we definitely going to need a different display for it. And I might get a different keyboard. I don't know yet. But Compaq Computers does appear to have both parts for this 1130. So that's good news. curious to see. I don't have a contour of battery handy, but I believe the part numbers are just a hair different. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, right there. Good. I also do have a... Oh yeah, this is a rebuilt battery nonetheless. Okay, cool. So... yeah, so this is a rebuilt one. This is a Contour 400 battery. It's a 2831A. Despite the bad lighting, they look pretty much the same to me personally, but who knows? There may be a slight difference. Terminals are exactly the same. Although one is marked as Duracell, the other one is marked as Compaq. I'm not sure if that's just a mislabeling thing, or by design labeling thing is the better term. But I'm almost certain that you could use a Contour 400 battery in this system without any issues whatsoever. I'll throw that battery out. And yes, never mind my Easter eggs in here. Take that card out because I don't want that to detect. So, but I think at this point I should be able to get into the BIOS and see how fast this machine actually is. We can. That's the theory. There we go. Okay, so the 1130T is 120 megahertz. Good to know. 24 megs of RAM, we already knew that. Let's see if it tells us anything cool. Unfortunately, it does not. So, let's see if it even does anything of that. No, it doesn't. Let's see if we can do a view. It's probably going to say there's some non-Compaq hardware in here. Go kick rocks or something, but let's see if it tells us anything good. All right, system. So it just says Compaq Armada. ROM. BIOS is from November 6, 1996. Looks like a Cirrus Logic 7548, which is this, I think, is similar to what's in the LTE 5000. Good to know. 7548, cool. CTFT display, we like that. Let's exit. This is just a real quick. So we know at least also the bonus to this is we know that the bottom PCM CIA slot does work as well, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to image it like that. The floppy drive's good. The AC adapter's good. The beeps are normal. It's got some hibernation utility on here. We'll have to take that out, but oh, okay. That's a weird error, but we did grab a random computer out of the list there. You were not using the... Oh, whatever. Okay. This is going to find every system hardware under the sun, aren't you? Fun. The one thing I find odd is that it didn't have me change the time when I went into the BIOS, but not like time is hard to change. Yeah, come to think of it, if I can actually get the display for this, this might be a good YouTube fodder for, yeah, can we repair the cold solder joint thing, or... Yeah, this is detecting everything under the sun. ECP printer port. Oh, that serial port does concern me a little bit, but we'll let it do its song and dance. Go ahead and do your song and dance, bud. I know how we can test it. I hope it reaches. It don't reach. Well, shut my mouth. I need a switch. Wait. No, I don't have a switch. Yes, I do. I has a switch. We are going to bring comware into this. Oh, God help us. That is such a terrible decision. You have no idea how terrible a decision this actually is. Yep, Cirrus Logic 7548 PCI. Wonderful. I hope that's the console port. I should know this. I've worked on these for only 10 years. No big deal. This one got watered on at one point. Oh gosh, it's still gonna... It's still detecting more hardware. Oh man. We all know that Windows 95 is all about the shutdowns and restarts. Now the question is, will my Switch completely boot up by the time this thing gets done sorting out its hardware? I have a feeling the Switch is going to win. Cool. Okay, well, this is going to be one heck of a rabbit hole. I really want to test that serial port. But I think our Switch is booted. See if it'll let me do this. Let me boot that time. Okay. Ah. Let's see if it lets me in. Oh no. Oh no. It would have been faster to reinstall this from fresh. Maybe. Probably. How long has this video been going on? I have no idea. I can't. Well, 42 minutes of video. Okay, we're gonna have a mess on our hands. Slow AF. I'm actually a little surprised. I thought for sure that with it being a Pentium, it might go a hair faster, but well, we're already in for the count here. Might as well continue it on. Just hope it doesn't restart again, because that's going to be really annoying if it does. And just that hard drive light is on solid. It has been the whole time since it started doing this, so I don't know what adjustments it has to exactly make, but there must be some pretty significant ones. But I really don't want to cut out this video. Oh, now the hard drive light's finally stopped after I said that, so thanks for making me a liar. Nope. You're a liar, it says. Part of me hopes that this is all of a sudden going to take a fast bounce into its completion, but who knows? That progress bar looks like a lie to me from the angle I'm sitting at, but and I can safely say that the Switch is up and booting. I don't see anything abnormal about it, although I don't have any actually network devices hooked up to it. It still does have the notable handicap of being an H3C slash comware, but we should be able to serial into it and do all that fun stuff. On the bright side with these comware, I will say this much: you can almost put any transceivers into them, and it'll take them just fine. And they're kind of the Linux of the Switch world. They're not user friendly, but I guess once you get them going, they're fine. But getting there is a nightmare. Well, don't hang on a 97 or between here. Let's just go on like a good computer and move on with our lives. It's gonna be, you miserable. It's gonna sit at 99. Okay, original configuration is always a plus. I completely forgot what I was going to go with here. But this looks like the display is an 800 by 600. Yes. That's good enough for me. No. We're not going to do any more research. Oh, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. Chalked it up for not using one of these track pads in a while. But hey, oh yeah, let's fix that problem. Oh no. Oh yeah, let's test out the original thing here. Outside of that line, it doesn't look too bad. Internet tools? No. Oh, do we have hyperterminal on here? Yes, we do. Sure. Shouldn't need a modem for this, but apparently it needs a modem for this. Whatever. Direct to COM1. Should be fine. 96. And I think it's none for this one. Oh! It works! Hot damn! Okay, the pin's a little wonky, but we got a switch. And I remember my some of my comware training, so that's good. So yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Let's not say we did. How was the time right on this? Whatever. I don't. I am not here to explain the mysteries of the universe today, but let's see. Let's kill that. Let's see if it's got if it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It does shut off on its own. Well, that's nice. Okay, we're gonna power off the cursed comware switch, and we're gonna take this for one more journey across the world here. So I'm curious to see if that error still persists in the beginning. You are not using the Microsoft Windows 95 PC. Okay, this just looks like some proprietary Compaq crap that I'm not going to get into a... Yeah, I'm not going to get into a war with this image, so that's going to do it for this video. As always, if you have any questions or comments or constructive criticism, beyond being long-winded AF, feel free to leave them in the comment section. If you do like the video, please like the video. If you dislike it, please hit the dislike button twice. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.